Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2022-23 season. My name is Dan. And today we are like FPL late because I said, well, I put the stream time as 4:45, but really we're not FPL late, are we? Really, we're arguably FPL early. I mean, like, come on, we've got ages to the deadline. I've come on here early, guys. What time? Like, we've got how long? We've got over an hour and a half until deadline. So really, we're FPL early. How's everyone doing today, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Wildcarders and non-wildcarders alike. I've got a lot of help for you guys. Who, if you are on a wildcard, I know a couple of days ago on a video, I did make a promise that I would use the data from the 100 experts video to create the perfect expert wildcard draft, and I've collected all the data, but there just wasn't enough time, unfortunately, to turn it into a video. So hopefully we're going to cover it here instead. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we've got a super chat straight away from TT who says, going to wait for the international break to end for my wild card because I feel like having 2 free transfers this game week, I could even take a -4 to field an 11. What do you think? I think there's no problem with that. If you can field an 11 with a -4, then I think actually there's no real reason to rush a wild card if you don't feel like you want to use a wild card. For me personally, I was already planning a wild card in Gameweek 8, so it kind of made sense for me to just go for it now anyway. So there we go. That's pretty much what I would say to that one. Yeah, you don't have to play a wild card. If you feel like you don't have to, then I think it's okay. It's okay, but I should say that a lot of people are wildcarding. But anyway, guys, you can see on screen today that I've got some more interesting things going on with the team reveal. I can't even lie. I was heavily influenced from Andy Lex Talk FPL in terms of doing the player reveals. I mean, I was already planning on like hiding teams because I feel like, you know, you shouldn't like there's just been so much talk about you know, content creators shouldn't really be showing their teams. It kind of ruins the FPL a little bit. But being the beta FPL YouTuber I have nicked the idea of covering some players to create a bit of mystery, and I think that's pretty exciting. I think it's pretty interesting. So yeah, that's what we got going on right now. And yeah, I've hidden a few players. Basically, you can see most of my team. You can't see all of it. Is that more interesting than just? I don't know. I don't know what to do, really. The show team gang, I imagine, are not in the chat yet. Are the show team gang here yet? Show team gang, let me know if you're here or not. It would be good to hear from you. The favourites of the channel. If you've got any emojis, anyone who's an emoji man, a member of the channel, throw in some show team emojis, I guess. Heroic Doses in the super chat says, Ward to Pope for a hit, wildcarding in Game Week 9. I think that could be beneficial. Yeah, I would say that Pope probably outscores Ward by more than 4 points this game week. In theory, they should do. So, yeah, I'll consider that. Donut in the super chat says, hi Dan, have 2 free transfers, 9 players, and can do either Son and Botman or KDB and Patterson. My rank is the same as yours. Should I choose the riskier move? I think I would probably consider going for the riskier move. The only thing with Son is, like, I'm not 100% sure if Son is actually going to start this game week. Like, I feel like there's potential for him to be dropped for Richarlison. I can see that happening. But if Son does play against Leicester, you get the feeling that could be pretty good, right? I like Botman. I don't really like Patterson. If I'm completely honest, I don't really like Patterson for this game week. I mean, he's okay for this game week, but without Pickford, like, there's no Pickford for Everton this game week, so I feel like Pickford has bailed Everton out quite a few times so far this season, and maybe they could actually concede a few goals without our guy there. So I'm not really sure. Not convinced by that one. Good to see a couple of show team emojis in the chat. We love it. We absolutely love it. So look, I've got some. We've got some more super chats. Right, I'll ask this super chat and then I'll go on to the wildcard data that I have promised you that I will show you. So TT with the super chat again says, I feel like it's okay, sell it out, Kane in for a trio of Jesus, Kane, Haaland. That's a good front three. Then some punts for midfielder and defence. Any suggestions? Alan Samax out. It looks like Alan Samax is going to be injured, yeah. All of the reports, you know, Eddie Howe himself has not given confirmation, so it's probably going to be a little touch and go. But there have been kind of reports from outside of the club that Samax has not been training and therefore is a serious doubt for this game week. So for that reason, you know, I know in yesterday's video I kind of said, look, I'm hoping Samax available so I can put him in my wildcard team. But right now, Samax is not in my wildcard team. I wouldn't be thinking about getting him in either, to be honest. So yeah, Sam Maximan is not the one. You can go for some punts and some midfields and defence. Like I would go, if you're going for defenders this week, Newcastle defenders are probably a pretty good shout to go for. Midfielder punts, I don't know, who do you feel like is going to get points this game week? I mean, I feel like for midfield, there's not actually too much to go for really in midfield this game week. I think it's kind of a weak game week for midfielders in many ways. I don't know, it's just kind of what I've kind of works out when trying to make my wildcard team, I guess. Shazam says Jesus or Isak. I would go for Isak personally. That's the one I would go for. But anyway, right, let's get rid of this team and let's go on to this tab, which I've been working on pretty much all day today to get our beautiful data, for the game week. So yeah, this is all of the data from our 100 experts video for the wildcarders. So those that wildcarded, I've put in all of the players that were in all of the wildcard drafts I saw. I've added a couple extra wildcards that I've seen as well to kind of flesh it out. And we've got this. We've got a situation where you can see now the percentage of each player, how frequently they are in the expert wildcard teams. So hopefully that is kind of helpful. I think it's very helpful. The first thing that I think we should take note of immediately is that out of 50 wildcard drafts, all from good FPL managers, so 50 wildcard drafts, that's a lot, that's a decent amount of drafts. Every single one of them had Trippier in, every single one of them had Haaland and Mitrovic in. So basically what that probably says to me is if there's 3 essential players for your wildcard, it is Trippier, Haaland, and Mitrovic. Those 3 players you absolutely have to have in your wild card, judging by the fact that, you know, if every single one is going for these 3 players, that says a lot. 50 out of 50, that's like a decent amount of data that's all saying the exact same thing. That's not just a trend, that is essential. So, if you're on a wild card right now, 3 players that I want to make you guys to make sure you absolutely 100% have in are Trippier, Haaland, and Mitrovic. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from 50 FPL experts, like 50 good FPL managers who are all on wildcards this game week. So I think that's going to be really, really useful for you. Really useful. Andre G says best replacement for Sam Maximan. I mean, let's look through the list of midfielders. So Martinelli, Andreas, Madison, De Bruyne, Bowen, Zaha. These guys, obviously, some of these don't have fixtures. So Zaha doesn't have a fixture this game week. So we're looking at like Bowen, Madison, maybe Martinelli if you haven't already got him. These are the kind of players. I mean, Rashford is in there, but he doesn't have a fixture. Sam Maximan was in 10 teams, but the data was gathered before we had more information. So I would discount Sam Maximan, even though he is in this data. I want to actually make a team from this data today as well. I want to do that right now. So let's use what we got on screen and let's make a team. I'm going to use the Fantasy Football Hub My Team tool. If you want to go check this out, the link is in the description. Obviously, it's just absolutely fantastic tool. We can put in Haaland, we can put in Mitrovic, and we can put in Trippier in straight away because we know that they're super essential. We go through some of these other players. You can see Pope at 98% there. So yeah, Pope and Ward as the 2 goalkeepers. So Pope as your starting goalkeeper, Ward on your bench. And there you go, we've got that. Let's keep this moving. So we can see Cancelo and Reece James and Nico Williams are all in more than half. And Emerson as well, so we can put those all in as well, I think. So obviously Reece James will go straight to the bench. But he's there for later. He's there for a later date. So who was it? It was Nico Williams and Emerson. So Williams, and by the way, guys, when I say Emerson, we were actually talking about the West Ham Emerson, so I don't know. It's an interesting one. It's a really interesting punt. And then into midfield, Martinelli, Andreas. Okay, so Martinelli, Andreas, they're kind of like your essential ones. Andreas arguably on the bench, maybe. Then we've got Madison, De Bruyne, and Bowen. So Madison, De Bruyne, and Bowen. And then the other forward would be Isak, right? He was the 3rd most popular forward. Isak, yeah. 58% of our drafts have Isak in. So that is probably, depending on who you are, that might be slightly over budget. It could be ever so slightly over budget, but we've got to do a challenge. I think the bus is in this general area. I don't know if this one counts or not. Would you say a bus is in that frame? I'm going to say no. I think the tree covers the bus in that one. Here we go. Yes, I will remember. All right, I'm going to optimize this as well. Just click optimize to create the perfect team. And there you have it, guys. That is your template, your absolute template. Like Gameweek 8 wildcard team, according to experts. Yes, it looks like we're slightly over budget, perhaps. But as a template, there we go. What do you think to that, guys? Let me know what you think about this team. I mean, it looks pretty good on paper to me. Like, you definitely wouldn't call this a bad team, but you would arguably say that this is a good team. Obviously, you got James to come in, Reece James to come in future game weeks. You got Maddison to come in future game weeks as well. I kind of like it. I mean, arguably, if you're going to bench Maddison, and that's what this team is kind of saying, bench Maddison. To be fair, when I was looking through the wildcard teams, a lot of them actually had Emerson playing over Nico Williams. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure on his game time. I feel like there is a chance that he doesn't play, which is the only concern. I don't know what you think about that. Played 90 minutes last game. He obviously played in the Europa Conference League. Europa Conference League or the other one. Europa Conference League. It's difficult. Do you think he's going to play? Is Cresswell going to be dropped out? I don't know. I don't know for sure. Are they going to play a 5 at the back with Cresswell left centre back potentially? It's kind of difficult, right? It's kind of difficult. I wonder if we can make some minor changes to this. This is the template team. This is the expert template team. Like, there's no doubt about that. But if we were to modify this ever so slightly, and maybe I'll open a new tab just so we can save the expert template team and then create a slightly better looking one for our own. Let's see if we can do that. So let's optimize this again. Let's have a look at transfer market for Emerson just to get a better idea of. Someone says he's been playing in midfield, but we know he's primarily a left back or a left wing back. But if we go to this current season, let's get an idea of some of his game time. Oh yeah, he did score, didn't he? I forgot he did score in the Conference League. I think I tweeted out when he scored, and it was kind of like, guys, Emerson, 4 million defender, just scored a goal. Obviously not in the Premier League, but it's still something, right? It's still something. So yeah, basically, he played as a left mid in that game there against Silkeborg IF. I don't know. That's only because it was a 5 at the back formation. So if West Ham were to go on the 5 at the back formation, you can imagine that it would be Emerson left wing back, Cresswell left centre back. But aside from that, it's difficult to say. Is Cresswell going to play alongside Emerson, or is Cresswell going to play in place of Emerson? Oh, it's kind of risky, isn't it? It's kind of risky, and I don't want to make any kind of promise that Cresswell will play or Emerson will play. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one, right? It's a very, very difficult one. So let's modify this team. Let's change this. I don't think you're going to play Nico Williams, especially if you've got I don't know. If you've got Mitrovic, you probably don't want to pit those two guys ahead of each other. Let's try and get it within budget as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to downgrade Maddison. Going to remove Maddison, and I'm going to put in another highly owned player. So next up will be Zaha on that list. I'm going to put in Zaha. Like, if you're going to bench Maddison anyway, maybe it might be worth going for Zaha instead. You've got Nico Williams as the first bench option, and then we can maybe upgrade Emerson to like a 4.5 million defender. So we've got Fofana here. He doesn't have a fixture. Digne and Sofal, they seem like good options to go for. So let's add in. Can we afford? Can we have? Who can we afford? Can we afford Digne? How much is he? 4.7. Maybe more like Sofal then, right? That's still 0.5 over budget, but again, it's going to depend what your budget is. But I think that's pretty nice, to be fair. Kind of like it. Got a couple more super chats. Let's have a look at them. Where are we? So, The last one was... Anurag says, do you think it's a must to have enough money to jump to Salah or Trent later on in our wildcard drafts? I mean, if I'm completely honest, if we look at Liverpool's fixtures, when is the jumping on point? Obviously not game week 8, that's now. Game week 9, not going to be the jumping on point. Neither is 10, neither is 11. So really, it's game week 12. That's 5 game weeks really in the future. So I don't know if we need to have the budget ready to go now, because by that point, it may be easy to free up some budget by that point anyway. I mean, maybe you don't even want to go in 12. You could even go in 13 potentially for a Salah or a Trent. And it's not going to take too much. Like if you've got a De Bruyne, for example, like De Bruyne in game week, what is it? De Bruyne in game week 12. That's it. Yeah. So De Bruyne in game week 12 anyway has no fixture. So maybe that is the point where you switch De Bruyne to Salah in that game week. So it could be just a case of not necessarily having money in the bank, but having De Bruyne in your team ready to make that switch, because I think a lot of people are going to be trying to jump off some of those Arsenal and Man City players in game week 12. And if you are loaded up on Man City players, and if you have De Bruyne, you probably are loaded up because you're going to have Haaland, you're probably going to have Cancelo, or at least one Man City defender. De Bruyne in a way is your third Man City player in a way, and you're probably going to want to you're probably going to have to get rid of at least one Man City player in that game week. So a simple switch from De Bruyne to Salah in game week 12 could be your answer to that solution. Trent is a little bit more difficult. I mean, maybe Cancelo to Trent potentially in the same game week is a possibility. I don't know. I think that's a possibility. Felipe says Trent Alexander-Arnold to Perisic, Aronson to Bowen. Thoughts? What do I think about that? I mean, I don't mind it, to be fair. I mean, if that gets you to a full 11 or closer to a full 11, then it's not too bad. You also say you're not sure about Perisic. I would say that Perisic does start this game week. Previously, I didn't think Perisic was going to start in game week 8, but after the press conferences, apparently, it looks like Sessegnon is going to play at left wing back. But it seems like Doherty is not ready yet. So Doherty is not going to play at right back. Emerson Royale is apparently kind of fatigued at the moment. So that kind of maybe frees up the right wing back position for Perisic, unless Spence comes in. I mean, is Spence available? I'm guessing he's available. He's been at the club a while now, hasn't he? Jed Spence, where are you, my friend? I can't find Jed Spence. There you are. Yeah, he's not injured or anything, so he's available. 4.2 million, by the way. No, he's probably not going to play, to be fair, Jed Spence, but there's a chance. Like, I would say Perisic probably plays right wing back for Spurs this game week, with Jed Spence possibly coming in instead, but unlikely. Like, I would say, I don't know, something like I'll probably give Perisic maybe an 80% chance of starting, which if he plays against Leicester, gets first goal for Spurs in the Premier League, could be pretty interesting. Could be pretty interesting. So yeah, Perisic, I wouldn't worry too much about Perisic. I think he's a decent shout. Sahil says, should I do Dunk to Trippier -4, then I can play 9 players? That's not the worst idea, Sahil. I think Trippier will do well this game week. He's like one of the most popular players, so and for good reason, and you can keep him for a decent amount of time as well. So yeah, I would be strongly considering that. Blackcurrant squash, but today, I know a few of you guys said, what kind of squash are we on today? We're back on blackcurrant squash. I mean, I got green arrow last week, so blackcurrant squash. There we go. So Andre, let me answer this question. Andre in the chat says, explain me the purpose of your live stream. If you don't show your captain pick, bro, you are far away from the best in the world. So if you're a content maker, show us your option. Because my team is not FPL advice. Like, this is what I've been kind of trying to bang the drum on consistently since game week 1. My personal FPL team is not FPL advice. It's not intended as FPL advice. It's just what I do with my team. Now, the way I kind of play FPL is a little bit riskier. It's a little bit more avant-garde. It's the kind of way that is kind of make or break in many ways. Last season, it was very much it was very much make last season. Finished 243rd in the world by going for these interesting picks, really risky picks that I do not want to put on other people. This season, I've tried to take the same kind of risks, and a lot of them, well, most of them, pretty much all of them, to be fair, it's not been good. Like, the risks that I've taken have not paid off, and they've been quite punishing. and really quite punishing. So it's really important for me to reiterate that if I'm taking these risks, my personal team is not for you guys to take those risks as well. If you really want to join me on those risks, then that is completely on you. But what we keep having, what we keep seeing over and over again this season in the comment section is, you told me to get this player and it didn't work out. Where it's not me telling you to go for a certain player, it's me choosing that player for myself, and that's been interpreted as advice. So I'm trying to really put in a more hardline approach here to say my FPL team is not FPL advice. The other videos are advice like this, right? I'll say with chest that this data that I've collected here, this information, this is advice. This is advice. Trippier on 100% ownership among wildcarders, Haaland, Mitrovic, that to me it makes it very easy for me to say, there we go, pick those players. This isn't even my data, pick these players. These are good players. When it comes to, your FPL team, like we saw in the 100 expert video, Haaland was the #1 captain pick among experts, which means, to me, I can say with chest, the best captain pick for you guys to pick this game week is Haaland. Now, am I gonna pick Haaland as captain? Well, that's on me. That's up to me. But what I do is not advice. What I do is me trying to have some fun, take some risks, and playing a game of FPL, a tactic, a strategy of FPL that I enjoy playing. So I really do hope that answers the question. It's meant to be. FPL is meant to be fun. I want to play FPL in a fun way where I can either make or break. I've already got a rank of 243rd in the world. Like, the only way I top that really is a top 100 finish or winning FPL. And I'm not going to do that by just picking the template. And the template really has been really successful this year. So fair enough. And I will keep making advice on the template. But if that's not something I want to do personally. So it's spice season. GW8 says share or target or Sessegnon for a 1 week punt. Sessegnon I kind of like for a 1 week punt actually. I think probably a share is probably is slightly safer maybe. Probably. But Sess as a 1 week punt, I kind of like it, I kind of like it. What's going on in the chat, by the way? Is someone trolling that Kane is injured? I mean, if anyone can link me to anything remotely viable, then I'm more than happy to have a look at it. But it looks like the mods in the chat, Dan Cross and Count Sealor, are here as well. Both of them are saying it is fake news. So if anyone is spreading fake news, make sure that these people are banned, not banned, but like timed out from the chat, because it's not good. It's not good to spread fake news. This is the only fake news you should be seeing today, is the fake news of who I'm going to be putting in my wildcard team. Maybe we can reveal some of the players. Should we reveal some of these players one by one? Could be interesting. Maybe, I don't know. It looks like there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing in that Kane news, I guess. Why don't you show your captain down? All right, fine. I'll just tell you my captain. It's Harry Kane. I mean, I did say it, and I said it, to be fair, in yesterday's video. In comment sections on Twitter, I've not exactly kept it a secret. I am going to be captaining Harry Kane in Gameweek 8. But if I put that on screen right now, the whole chat would just erupt in, why are you captaining Kane? Why not you captaining Haaland? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And I have to explain myself over and over again. And I just can't do it. I can't handle it. I know I'm crazy. I like it. This is the way I want to be. This is fun. This is the way I want to live my life. Let me captain Kane in peace. I just want to do it. Please. Thank you. If that's okay. Do one by one reveal. People think that'd be kind of interesting. All right. I mean, I haven't really set it up. I'll have to go. I mean, this is just a still image. So maybe I can edit the image as we go. I'll do a little bit of writing. This player is the such and such. Such and such. But there we go. Right, okay. So I wanted to show you something else. So we've obviously created... So we've got a few wildcard drafts. Let's just get rid of my team. We've got a couple of wildcard drafts This is the expert template wildcard team. So if you want to go for this expert template or make modifications to this expert template, then absolutely go for it. There's your template. Pretty decent, pretty nice. Everyone liked that. Here is a slightly modified version of the expert template, which I think is ever so slightly safer and maybe slightly better. Because, you know, perhaps a camel is a horse designed by committee in this team's case, whereas this team is a camel designed by committee, a horse designed by committee. It's turned into a bit of a camel, and then we kind of just modified it a little bit to make it a little bit more horse-like. If you've never heard that phrase, that's probably not going to make too much sense to you. Or maybe I've taught you a new phrase, which is obviously amazing. But there's one more team I want to show you. So we've got 2 drafts. There's 2 drafts so far, 2 wildcard drafts. Neither one are mine. And I've got a third one. And this is another great thing from Fantasy Football Hub. Consistent shout-outs to Fantasy Football Hub, by the way, guys, because working with them so far this season has been an absolute dream. So do make sure you go and support Fantasy Football Hub. The tools are absolutely immense. They're improving my content. They're helping all of us, really. But if you want to go access all of these tools and many, many more tools yourself, do click the link in the description and go check all of the stuff they have up for grabs out, because it's worth it. Honestly, it's worth it. But here, this is an algorithm built. So this team is not built by a human being. So if you are done with human beings, you've said, oh, you know what? I've lost faith in humanity. All right, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay to give up faith in humanity. I mean, probably, maybe not. But if you have given up on humanity completely, then may I interest you into the robots? The robots have taken over and they've built this wildcard team that according to artificial intelligence, they think this is the one. So, what do we have here? It's partially quite interesting, but you know, I probably wouldn't ever go for this exactly, but I mean, you could maybe use this as inspiration because it's quite wacky. But this, according to AI, is the perfect wildcard team. So Pope, no surprise that the humans and the robots have agreed on Pope. It's got a defense of Dinya. We've got Ezri Konsa and Vladimir Sofal. So the premium defenders are just completely mudded, like just gone. Like we have no interest. The robots have no interest in the big at the back. We've got a midfield of Son, De Bruyne, Foden, and Willock. I mean, fair enough. I mean, we know that Newcastle have a couple of injuries. We know Newcastle have some fantastic fixtures, so maybe Willock is going to come in and do the business. Maybe he's going to do the business. But yeah, we've got Son there against Leicester, De Bruyne, Foden, and then up front we've got Haaland, Kane, and Mitrovic. So that actually technically means this team has four premiums. 4 premiums. That's a lot of premiums. That is a lot of premiums. But what should be noted is that Haaland and Mitrovic are both in this team. So I think that's another indicator that Haaland and Mitrovic, human beings and robots uniting in their opinions that Haaland and Mitrovic are absolutely essential players for your wild card. Now, the rest of it gets a bit messy. So we've got Ward on the bench. We've got Nat Phillips. We've got Samare and Ramsey. I believe this is the Liverpool Ramsey. I'm guessing he's only in there because he's really cheap, potentially. So this team allows itself to spend more money on the main team. But I don't know if you can derive any inspiration from this. I probably would not. Well, I definitely would not go for this exact team personally. But it's food for thought. It gets the brain thinking. By the way, guys, the people who, the AI who the people who picked the AI team from Gameweek 1, because obviously I also went on Fantasy Football Hub and created the perfect AI team for Gameweek 1. I think that team scored something like 80 points in Gameweek 1. That team, the AI built for Gameweek 1, ended up being absolutely insane. So look, I'm just saying, I wouldn't write this team off completely. Like, if Dinya and Konsa and Sofal end up getting like an average of like 8 points each this game week, it'll be quite mad. It'd be quite mad. But there you go. There's a Formium team that is arguably a bit tragic. Let's have a look at some super chats. So, Jandre says, appreciate the help, Dan. Archer to Kane, Rashford to Bowen, Trent to Sessegnon, worth of -4, wildcard next week. Also, Bowen or Bailey for a 1 week punt. I don't know. I feel like I'd go for Bowen. With no Pickford, Bowen does look kind of a nice spicy pick, doesn't he? For a 1 week punt. But yeah, Jandre, I like if you're going for a couple of 1 week punts just to, save your team from all of the blanks. In the 3 transfers you've suggested there, I like it a lot. I like it a lot, my friend. I like it a lot, my friend. Kiru says, hey Dan, play Tomiyasu or Emerson, West Ham. I don't know. I think it's difficult. I don't think either of those players are going to start, if I'm completely honest. I think both of those players will have a good chance of being benched. Let's say Emerson, because a lot of people seem to think Emerson's going to play this game against Everton. So let's say Emerson. Annie Rude says, go with Perisic or other Spurs defenders. In brackets, who? Yeah, Perisic. Sessegnon is a good 1 week punt. Aside from that, it's probably Perisic. If you really want a Spurs defender for slightly longer term, then maybe Perisic. I'm not super confident about Perisic personally, but I certainly understand why people would go for him. I think Perisic is good for this game week. I think Sessegnon is good for this game week. After that, Perisic is probably the better pick. I mean, there's argument to say just go for like Romero or someone like that. There is potential. I think. Yeah, well, the show team gang are here already. We've got over an hour till deadline. And the show team gang are here. The show team gang, I can't believe it. Show team gang, what's up, my friends? Here you go, I'll show you my team. There we go, my team on screen for you right now. Take a screenshot. It's nice. There we go. I mean, when I say my team, it's like most of my team. Actually, most of my team, that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, look at it. It's a nice little team. Like, you can there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 15. That's decent. I don't know why anyone wants to copy my team anyway. To be fair, what I've actually when I decided which players to hide, I very intentionally hid the risky players that I don't want the show team gang to come at me when they find out these players. So maybe you can try and guess. Try and guess who I've got. One of these players in this team you will never guess, by the way. 2 of them. All right. What I will tell you is that the 5 missing slots, every single one of those players are on this. Hang on, this page here. So every single one of my 15 players is one of the 15 players on here, but one of them I don't think you'll get. Like, ever. And if you get it, if someone gets in the chat, gets this player or guesses the player that I've got, I will just tell you because I'm that confident that you won't get it. You won't get it. It's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun in the sun. Right, anyway, I think maybe we kind of should we I mean, I'll leave this tab open if anyone wants to see it in the future, but no, I think this would be my, if I was to do a recommended wildcard right now, it would be this. Of course says, have you gone 2 differential again, Dan? Not Chris Wood again. There's no Chris Wood. Don't worry. There's no Chris Wood. We have gone. Arguably, we have gone 2 differential. Loads of you guys guessing in the chat. There's so many people, so many names being thrown about in the chat. I don't think any of you have got it. But there is a lot. Unless I missed one, I don't think any of you've got it. Yeah, fair play. Actually, I'll tell you, I'll tell a lie. One of you has got it. I said I would say who it is, but it's too scary. It's too scary. I can't tell you. Maybe I'll tell you in a minute. Maybe I'll tell you in a minute. But yeah, there's I don't know. There was 100 comments in there, and one of you got it. Ansel Hadome in the super chat says, thoughts on cancelled games in Gameweek 9 due to rail strikes. Okay, let's show you this, guys. I'll show you what this is about, because I think this is actually kind of interesting to a lot of people. So thank you for bringing it up, Ansel. I can't remember who it was. FPL Heisenberg retweeted it. So let's go find what he retweeted. Okay, so it's this. Oh wait, no, it's not that. go back. Let's find the source. Here we go. This is the source. So, basically, there are rail strike. I mean, I can't. There are basically rail strikes in the UK, in London, and because of that, there is potential for games to be postponed. Similar to the situation where the Crystal Palace Brighton game was perhaps not going to go ahead. But yeah, there are rail strikes. There could be a postponement. I don't think it's too much to worry about. Like in theory, like if the rail strikes are that bad and the Premier League need to take real extreme actions because of it, it's going to mean that, you know, if we go to Game Week 9, and this occurs during Game Week 9, it means that potentially all of the London games, so Arsenal versus Spurs, Palace versus Chelsea, Fulham versus Newcastle, West Ham versus Wolves, would all be postponed. That's a lot of fixtures, and we're already like an entire round of fixtures behind because of Game Week 7 and Game Week 8. We've had another, three fixtures cancelled. We're getting to a point where the Premier League cannot afford to cancel any more games. They cannot afford to postpone any more games because of these rail strikes. Like, it would have to be a serious concern. I think it's more likely that games will be played behind closed doors, but I don't think anything's going to happen. It is worth noting, I suppose. It is worth noting about these rail strikes that could potentially impact games in Game Week 9, but like, it's not likely. It really isn't likely. So I'll try not to worry about it too much. And even if that's the case, like if all of those games get postponed, then we might even be in free hit territory by that point. BMVR with a super chat says Trent for a defender max 7.7 or gross for a midfielder max 6.4. I mean, honestly, I feel like maybe like Trent to Trippier could be a pretty nice one to go for. BMVR, I know it's going to leave you loads of money in the bank, but you don't have to spend all your money. At the end of the day, it's about getting the most points, not spending the most money. That's the competition. FPL is a competition of points, not who can spend the most of their budget. So yeah, Trent to Trippier is the player the transfer move I'd probably make in your situation. The problem with midfielders, and I kind of alluded to this earlier, in this specific game week, in Game Week 8, I actually think that there's too many midfielders that are really worth going for, or that are essential. I don't think the midfielders will score too many points. I mean, we've got Martinelli, who plays against Brentford. We've got Andreas, who plays against Nottingham Forest. Maddison has a fixture against Spurs. It's not ideal. De Bruyne, he's a little bit out of budget. Bowen, maybe, but he's going to be out of your budget anyway. Zaha doesn't have a fixture. Bailey is an interesting one. Rashford doesn't have a fixture. Son is a risky one. Samax is probably injured. Kulusevski is a risky one. Paqueta is an interesting but risky one. Luis Diaz doesn't have a fixture. Gordon, I don't really think Gordon will get too much this game week, but maybe a few people want to go for him. There's not that much in terms of midfielders that I would be desperate to get this week. There's no. I genuinely would say that there isn't really one midfielder that I would be desperate to have this game week, other than Martinelli because he's such good value, and Andreas because he's just a perfect 4.5 million bench player, right? Aside from that, look through this team. Could I, this isn't my team obviously, but this is like a recommended wildcard team. Could I live without De Bruyne? Absolutely. You just get Kane instead, or maybe Son. Could you live without Bowen? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's anywhere near essential. Zaha, could you live without him? Of course you could. He doesn't even have a fixture this game week. You don't need him right now. That's kind of my point, I think. Gevorg says, Dalot or Cher? I have Pope or Trippier. I don't know if I'd want to triple up on the Newcastle defence. If you can cover Dalot for this game week, then I don't see a problem with getting him. I think Dalot could be an interesting pick. The only problem with Dalot now, and I know I did recommend Dalot a little while ago, but the only problem with Dalot now is because the last two games have obviously been cancelled, the fixtures after game week 8, it's not ideal. You've got Man City in 9, so do you really need him? You've got Everton. Okay, that's a decent fixture, but after that, Newcastle, Tottenham, Chelsea. Over the next, 6 game weeks, there's only really one game week where you'd probably be confident about playing Dalot. Maybe 2 if you count Newcastle. So that's at best, you're only going to play him in 1/3 of games. I don't know if it's maybe just worth waiting a little while longer before getting him. Let's have a look let's have a look at some recommendations. I'm gonna use more Fantasy Football Hub tools for this because they're goated. Let's just take this back to, there we go. Okay, so if we're looking at defenders, if we're looking at cheap defenders, let's just go defenders under 5 million between Gameweek 8 and 11. Let's go 4.9 or less. So we take out the 5 million defenders. Dina is top of the algorithm picks. So Fowl is up there, Creswell is up there, Dawson is up there, and Romero, interesting one. Konsa, don't know if you fancy him. Tyrone Mings, 4.3 million. Kurt Zuma at 4.5 as well. Look, these are the players predicted to score the most points. I mean, obviously, kind of take this with a somewhat of a pinch of salt. But in terms of cheap defenders, I would say Dina and Sofal seem to be two good picks. I mean, I know you've said Dallo or Cher. Maybe go for Dina. Maybe go for Sofal. Maybe those are the ones to go for, Gevorg. It's an interesting one. But yeah, I'd say that those two at the top there are probably the best cheap defenders to go for in that kind of cheaper kind of bracket, I guess. Move with Mike says Foden, Maddison, Zaha, or KDB, Paqueta, Almiron on a wild card. I mean, if you're looking for instant results, KDB, Paqueta, and Almiron's probably a little bit better. But longer term, Foden, Maddison, and Zaha are better. Since you're on a wild card, maybe go for the longer term picks of Foden, Maddison, and Zaha. I think those players would be good to have in a slightly longer term. Aditya says, Samax in or not, please tell. I mean, as far as I can tell you right now, and I can't tell you for 100%, but it's not looking good for Sam Maximan right now, unfortunately. He's not been pictured he's not been pictured or spotted in training. Eddie Howe is not given any indication of whether he's going to be available or not. I think it's an L. I think it's an L on the Sam Maximan in front. So I can tell you right now in my team, you can obviously see two players there with a question mark over in the midfield position. I can tell you for sure that neither one of those two players are Alan Sam Maximan. I'm not feeling that one. I'm a person who likes a risk, but yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, risking on injury, I don't think he's going to be available, if I'm honest. I don't think he's going to be available. Madmen at Work says Trent Alexander-Arnold to Perisic and Salah to De Bruyne for a -4. Yeah, you could do. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen in the world. I don't hate it. I mean, at least you get players in for this game week, don't you? Sultan says Coutinho or Sam Maximan. Neither. Definitely neither. Neither one of those players. Please don't pick Coutinho. And I can't recommend Sam Maximan either, just because of his injury situation. So the answer is neither. Get someone else. I know it's so difficult finding midfielders right now, isn't it? So difficult. BNVR says already have Trippier, Cancelo, and Nico, and Martinelli, and Bowen, and Andreas. Well, I mean, that sounds pretty good, to be fair. These are good players to have. These are very good players to have. Like, I mean, look, I guess just look through these players. Let me just get rid of that for a sec. Just look through these players. These are the players to get. These are the... Oh, you'd say that these are the top targets. Unless, of course, you're, like, looking for one-week punts. If you're looking for long-term players, then these are probably the ones to go for. If you're looking for one-week punts, then you probably look at a slightly different set of data, wouldn't you? Anorak says Cancelo and Barnes or Diaz and Maddison in a wild card. You know what? If it's me, then I think I'm going personally for Diaz and Maddison. Genuinely. But going without Cancelo is risky. It really is risky. It's really about your own risk management, how much risk you're willing to take. Do you mind going without Cancelo? Like, Cancelo's underlying numbers have not even been that good, but he has popped up with several attacking returns already this season. I mean, if we go to if we go to Cancelo, I mean, we can see that this season already, in all comps, he's got a couple of attacking returns. 1 goal, 3 assists. In fact, no, it's actually 1 goal and 4 assists, because didn't he get an own goal assist as well? So actually, technically, over all competitions so far this season, Cancelo has played 9 games, scored 1 goal, and got 4 assists. That's technically a ratio of it's more than an attacking return per game. Of course, 3 of those assists were in the Champions League, but it all kind of does count. We do have to take all of this into consideration. Just because he's not playing in the Premier League doesn't mean that it doesn't count towards his form or whatever. Interestingly, he got 2 assists whilst playing at right back for Sevilla. So, don't know, make of that what you will. But yeah, like, this is the risk. Are you happy to go about Cancelo? For me, to get Maddison, maybe it is worthwhile. I don't really want to make that decision for you, if I'm honest. It seems like one that could get me in trouble. Serendipitipsy says 15.4. Wait, what? 15.4 million. Okay, so you got a budget of 15.4 million. You need 2 midfielders: Sterling Bailey or Zaha Diaz. I don't mind Sterling Bailey. I actually don't mind Sterling Bailey, but yeah, obviously Sterling will have to be left on the bench. If you're comfortable leaving 10 million of player on the bench, Sterling Bailey. Sterling looked, I was at the Chelsea game in the midweek, and Sterling looked pretty good. Like, his positioning was always on point. Yeah, it's clear that he is kind of going to be really essential to Chelsea scoring goals this season. So Sterling and Bailey, let's say that one. I kind of like it. Bit differential as well. It's all good. Apologies if I'm missing any super chats, by the way, guys. There's been quite a lot today. I'll try and make sure I get through all of them, though. W. Harrison says 1 week punt: Jesus or Tony to Kane. Ooh. Maybe go Tony to Kane for a 1 week punt. I kind of like that. Maybe that's my Arsenal bias coming through, but we move. Grey-Eyed B, thank you for the super sticker. And it seems like we've got a lot of show team gangs. People are going crazy. People are like, show team, hurry up. Where is your team? I want to see the team. Let me see the team. The show team gang is here. I will show you a team. Here is a team. Here is a Gameweek 8 Wildcard team built by a algorithm, built by a computer. There, that's a team that I am happy to show. Amazing. Incredible. Here is a team, another team. I'm happy to show you the team. I'll show you the team of the most popular picks among FPL experts for their wildcard. This is a team built using the data from FPL experts. Amazing. What a team. Love this team. Great team. Here is a team which is slightly modified. It is a slightly modified version of the experts team that I really like. And for me, this team is the team that I'm recommending to you guys. If I had to make recommendations on a fantasy team to create for a wildcard team to create for Gameweek 8, this would be the team. So this is the show team. This is the one. It's good. It's very, very good. Now, as for my team, this is most of my team. I do not recommend this team. This is a team I do not recommend. If you want me to show my team, you don't want to see my team. Guys, you don't. You think you want to see my team. You don't. You don't want to see my team. It's not a good team. Bad team. Very naughty team. Very cheeky team. You're a cheeky little monkey kind of team. Don't be rude. You're teasing me, you naughty kind of team. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. You want to see this team. This is the team. Yes. Very, very good. Very, very bad. Very, very good. Very, very bad. There we go. There we go. I hope that answers the question. Patrick Tagle says, hey mate, is it worth a -8 to field a starting 11? I can take a -4, but I would have Ward starting. It depends. If you can switch Ward to maybe Pope, I think Pope has got a very good chance of outscoring Ward by more than 4 points. It's a kind of a little bit of a risk. Like, maybe the -4 could just be the play, to be fair, and just stick with Ward. I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. Ted Eduardo says can't afford that team. I'm so yeah, like yeah. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, I can try and show you some places where I've maybe downgrade the team to try and make it work a little bit better. But yeah, Patrick. Anyway, I would say Patrick. Maybe just do the -4. If you've got Ward, like, even if you get a 1-pointer from him, it's not the worst, is it? And you never know. There is technically a chance that Leicester could keep a clean sheet. Like, it could happen. Samad in the chat. Samad Javaid. I want to give a special shout out to you because obviously we've got a limiter on the chat where you can only put in a message once every minute, and every single minute on the dot, Samad in the chat has written in the chat "show team" since the start of the stream. So he's been in here for like almost an hour, every single minute saying "show team." That is some dedication. That is some serious dedication to the cause. I mean, I feel like maybe you might have got the message by now, but I don't know. I don't know. Another 2 super chats. Let's catch up with some super chats. Sultan says Kane or De Bruyne. I prefer Kane, but the general consensus seems to be De Bruyne. So yeah, look, I prefer Kane personally. De Bruyne seems to be the sensible pick, though. So if you're feeling going the sensible way, sensible has worked so far this season, then De Bruyne could be your man. Could be the guy for you. But if you fancy something a little bit more bombastic, maybe Kane. Maybe Kane is the. Maybe Kane is the one. Adam says Bowen or Zaha. I have so foul in my team already. I think probably Bowen. Like you can afford to wait on Zaha. You can probably afford to wait and bring in Zaha in game week 10 maybe. You know, wait for the blank to pass. Wait for the Chelsea game as well to pass, and then bring him in at game week 10. I believe Crystal Palace play against Leeds in game week 10. So I think I would prioritise Bowen over Zaha. I think it doesn't really matter about so far, I guess. So there we go. I'm caught up. Benny says, why not both Kane and De Bruyne? Now, if you can make it work, then fair enough. I think if I'm completely honest, I'm still not feeling the 3 premium strategy. So I don't know. Yeah. People still asking for Sam Maximan and news, by the way. And this seems to be a very popular one today. Look, as far as I'm concerned, it seems like Sam Maximan is injured. We don't have 100% confirmation on that. Eddie Howe has been intentionally mysterious. But look, never say never. The problem is he's not been pictured in training, he's not been spotted in training, and Eddie Howe won't give a good answer to us. So it's a risk. You basically if you're selecting Sam Maximan, you would be selecting Sam Maximan on pure hunch, based on no information whatsoever, and that is a real risk. So personally for me, I'm not going to be going for Sam Maximan this week. I think it's too much of a risk. I don't want to make that bet. I feel like even if he is available, how many minutes is he going to play? I'm not 100% sure. It's difficult. It's difficult. So look, if I'm to make a speculative guess right now, and that's really the best I can offer you, that's the best anyone can offer you right now, unfortunately, is that Sam Maximan will not play. Basically. God, I can't believe how many people in the chat are. The show team gang are they're in the craziest numbers. I mean, how many people are in the stream right now? Wow, we've got almost 3,000 people in the stream. That's pretty mad, you know. I mean, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. I didn't expect so many people to be joining. If you wouldn't mind liking the stream, I would massively appreciate it. You know what? Look how many people. Oh, okay, right. Let's run an experiment. Let's run an experiment. I will create a poll. The poll is going to say, should I reveal my team? If there is more yeses than no's, I'm going to put no as the first option, and I'm going to put yes as the second option. Should I? All right, let me. Should I show my wildcard team? Poll in the chat, yes or no. I'm actually going to put. I'm going to put yes as the first option and no as the second option. So make sure you're clicking very sensibly on no. Should I show my wildcard team? There's a poll going in the chat right now. Everyone vote no. Everyone vote no. If there are more yeses than no by the end of the stream, I will reveal my team. So everyone vote no, because I don't want to. All right, super chats coming in. Peter says, best 4.1 million or less defender to start this week. I'd probably feel in Patterson, to be fair. If I had to start one of the, the three main 4 million-ish defenders right now are Nico Williams, Patterson, and I guess Emerson. Now, Emerson is a real rotation risk. Patterson, Emerson is a rotation risk. Nico Williams has not Nottingham Forest have been ridiculously bad defensively. They're just conceding so many goals. You're not getting clean sheets off that one. And also, Nico Williams is not on as many set pieces anymore. And also, Serge Aurier just signed for Nottingham Forest. I don't know if anyone saw that. Serge Aurier has signed for Nottingham Forest. So I don't know if that's going to mean that Nico Williams gets a little bit of rotation. So I am actually going to say that Patterson, for me right now, for this game week in particular, because it's potentially the best of the three. I don't think ideally you wouldn't start any of those three players, but if you had to start one, then I guess Patterson, I guess. Ranveer says, hey Dan, any thoughts on Bowen versus Maddison? Your recommended wildcard team has Bowen, but the experts picked Maddison. No, they are. Wait, doesn't the experts team have both? The recommended expert team is this is actually this is my modified version of the FPL experts team to show you what I would personally recommend. This is the actual expert team, which does have Maddison in. So it does have both Maddison and Bowen. So really, I think it's probably more of a question of Zaha versus Maddison. I personally prefer Zaha. And to be fair, if we look at the data here as well, it's not like no one's picking Zaha. Like, he's on 26%. Oh, crap, what have I done? There we go. He is on 26. So over a quarter of experts are picking Zaha in their wild card. That's pretty significant numbers. But 2/3, almost 3/4 are picking Maddison. So yeah, maybe Maddison is to play. But, I mean, look, there's nothing stopping you from going for both. There really isn't. There's nothing stopping you. I can't stop you. No one can stop you. Can't stop you now. We're having such a good time. Right, what else have we got in here with the super chats? Harry Bow says, hi mate, would you do 2 Newcastle defenders or 1 defender, 1 midfielder? Basically Trippier or Cher or Trippier and Almiron. I think I would go Trippier and Almiron, to be honest. But just be aware that I don't think Almiron is nailed long term. If this is for like just a few game weeks, then Almiron could be the play. If you're looking slightly longer term, have you got Nick Pope? If you haven't got Nick Pope, then I think maybe there is argument to go Trippier and Cher. It's a little bit risky. Mr. Mathenbury says, show team gang equals likely those previously critical. But this is my whole problem. This is my whole issue. Because I will show my team and I will be very clear. Here is my team. I do not recommend you pick this team. People will pick that team, and then if even one of the players doesn't work out, people will complain to me and say, how dare you? Dan, how dare you force me to pick this player? When I've been saying this whole time, I'm telling you not to do it. This is why the show team is I mean, like, if anything, this poll has shown me how many people are just here to copy an FPL team is quite mad. So it's got 2,000 votes. 81% saying yes right now in the poll. 81%. So out of 2,000, what's that? 1,600. Have I worked that out right? Maybe. 1,000. Was that 1,000? So that would mean 1,600 people, slightly more than 1,600 people, are literally here to copy an FPL team. They're not. They don't want to play their own game. I mean, they could be just curious, to be fair. But 1,600 people right now are watching this stream just with their hands praying. I just want to see a team I can copy. I just want you to give me a team I can just use. I mean, I guess. Jeremy Baker says, do not reveal the team until 2,000 likes. I mean, we're on 600 likes. We can do better than that. I mean, I need at least 1,000 likes. Come on. Adam says, best YouTuber out there. Keep it up. What do you think of Gordon of Everton? And besides Isak, any other Newcastle attackers? To be honest, outside of Isak, I'm not convinced by any Newcastle attacker, to be honest. I would have, if Samax was available, I would say him. If Almiron was nailed long term, then I would say him, but I don't think he is. So basically, it's Isak or nothing at this exact moment. Gordon of Everton, I'm not particularly confident in either. I think Everton, I'm not completely convinced by Everton's attack these days. And I know they're playing West Ham, and we think of West Ham as a bad team. But West Ham have not exactly been terrible defensively. They've actually had pretty decent defensive numbers underlying. So I would not make an assumption that Gordon is going to get anything against West Ham, really. So I'm not convinced by that. I have to admit. Mr. Wait, no, I already read out that super chat. Have I read out all of my super chat? I think I have. I apologise if I missed any, as always. But there we go. Let's see if viewer activity. Can we see if there's any other super chats that have come out I've missed? I don't think there are. Someone in the chat says, please show us your 3 million rated team. This is what I'm saying. Like, why do you want to see my team? Like, the same people who are saying, oh, you are a terrible FPL manager. Look at your rank, it's awful. Are the same people saying, yeah, you are awful, but also, can I use your team, please? There we go. Tenzing says, what do you think about Gordon punt for this game week? I did just speak about Gordon, but I'll say it again. I'm not really. I'm not massive on this one. I just don't think it will be. There's not too much reason to believe that it will be super successful. Really, it could work out. It's difficult to say for sure. Janania says, hey Dan, currently have neither Andreas or Bailey already wildcarded and want to play the player this game week and game week 12. Who'd you pick? Oh, I see what you're saying. Andreas, yeah. Andreas is the one. Yeah, he's got a good game week now, and he's got a good game week 12 as well, isn't he? From memory, unless I've got that wrong. Let's just double check that. Game week 12. Yeah, Aston Villa at home. It's a decent fixture then. So yeah, Andreas. Andreas is your boy. How many votes have we got now? Jesus Christ, we're almost at 8,000, almost at 3,000 votes, sorry. Jeez. Jesus. Yeah, a few people saying like, yeah, I did mention this earlier, but like a lot of people who are probably possibly just curious. They just want to see the team. They don't necessarily want to copy it. They're just curious. Muse says, I can see your forward is Kane. It might be. Yes, sir, says, massive reach, mate. People are just curious. Rude. I did literally say, I've said that. To be fair, I've said that twice now, that there is probably a large amount of those people who are just curious. I want to see. I kind of want to run an experiment here. If I show my team and how much the views drop because people are only here to see the team. T7 says, I already made my transfer. I just want to see your team out of curiosity. Yeah, that's completely fair enough. That's completely fair enough. Is James a must? I think almost. I think James is almost a must, yeah. JJ says, what's the deal with Sam Maxman now? Presumed injured. Presumed injured. Jose says, why is Kane hidden? How do you know it's Kane? Could be Isaac. Could be Cameron Archer. Could be Cameron Archer. All right, hang on. Let me make a new image layer. The heroic dose is saying preparing for the deadline acting. You know what? The Oscar award is ready. If you want some, oh, we could do is, okay, right. I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas. Right, let me just create another layer on my. Oh god, this is. I've got to work this out, right? I'm guessing you guys cannot see me right now. We're doing some live edits. We're doing some ninja edits right now. Let's oh, you can't see me. Let's move you to here. Let's get this lined up. Let's get this lined up. I've had a fantastic idea that I think will be pretty fun. If I can get this lined up exactly, but I don't think I can. I can get this lined up. A reveal. We're going to reveal the first player. It's Patterson. Yes. This is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. The mystery bench player is Patterson. Next reveal in 5 minutes. Let's talk about FPL. Let's talk about FPL. That's what we're here for. Next reveal in 5 minutes. Ryan J says, don't give in. Don't show that team. I have to give the people what they want. If we can make it into a spectacle, if we can make it entertaining, then that's my job here. If I can say I am doing this team reveal for entertainment purposes only, not as serious FPL advice, then I'm happy. So, first reveal is Patterson, first man on the bench. Reveal that KDB. Poll over 3k now. Yeah, look, 3,500 is clear. People, it's clear. Like the people have spoken. Like I'm happy to take the L on that one. Now the problem is, I need to move this source to here. Okay, right. I'm sorted now. Junania says 11th player, start Rico Henry or Diallo from Southampton. Crikey. I don't know. I guess, Junania, I know, you know for a fact that this is the best of a bad bunch, isn't it? Rico Henry, I guess. Oh, no, maybe Brentford keep a clean sheet against Arsenal. Can't really see. I mean, I'm tempted to say Diallo. I really am. Right, next player reveal at 1,000 likes. If we get 1,000 likes, I'll do the next player reveal. Okay. Why Patterson over Nico? I'm a little bit worried about Nico Williams for a couple of reasons. Nico Williams, I think, is first of all potentially rotation risk. Aurier has just signed. We've got the situation where Nottingham Forest aren't keeping any clean sheets at all. They're conceding so many goals. It is quite crazy. And that's pretty much the rub of it, really. Nico Williams, maybe slight rotation risk now. He's not even on as many set pieces as he was before. And you just cannot count on Nottingham Forest clean sheets at all, can you? Leo says I missed his super chat. Have I? I can't find it anywhere. Victor B says, don't show your team. Keep it safe for the 3.6 million ahead of you. Yeah, all right. Yes, sir says, oh, no, I already read that one. So, all right, let me try and find your super chat, Leo. Let me try and find it, my friend. Aha, I've got you. Actually, I missed a couple, right? I missed Andy Puss, who says Bowen or Maddison. Let's say Bowen. So Andy Puss, let's say Bowen. Leo says, who instead of Alan Samax man? I have Pope, Cancelo, Trippier, Sofal, Nico Williams, James Martinelli, Zaha, KB, Andreas, Haaland, Isak, and Mitrovic have 7.7 left. So you've got 7.7 million. Can you afford Maddison? Can you, if you're on a wild card, can you make a downgrade in order to get, like, to Maddison? Like, for example, if you've got Ward in goal, can you downgrade Ward to Iverson so you can afford Maddison? I'm assuming you're on a wild card, by the way. If so, that's what I would do. I would get Maddison in as your San Maximan replacement. But you're probably gonna have to find 0.1 million somewhere. I don't know where you're gonna find that. But I believe in you. You can figure it out, my friend. You can figure it out. Mason says, taking a risky captain pick this week on Isak. I kind of like it, you know. I kind of like it. It's not the worst. It's not the worst punt. Like, obviously, Haaland is safer, but there we go. And Crump Dump says, saving wildcard, no Kane, nervous, great content and good luck. Thank you, Crump Dump. If you can afford to save the wildcard, then go for it. Right, we've got 1k likes. We've got 1k likes, my friends. It's time to reveal another player. Who's it gonna, like, any guesses? Any guesses? Who this next player is? And the captain. Who's it gonna be? Well, I'll give you a clue. He plays against Leicester at home. Who could it be? It's Harry Kane. Harry Kane and captain. There you go. The next player's been revealed. How long we got till deadline? We got 28 minutes. All right. Next reveal at. Oh, no, next reveal is a double. Actually, no. I know how to do it, so it's only a single reveal. I've got a plan. This is the play. Okay, right. Next player reveal at 1,000. I don't know, 1,400 likes or something? I don't know. No, okay, let's... All right, 1,300 likes. Next reveal at 1,300 likes. Yeah, I revealed Kane. Technically, yeah, I didn't reveal Kane earlier. I just alluded to the fact that, yeah. You all knew it was going to be Kane. Maybe that shouldn't count. Maybe shouldn't that count? Swagbag says, stop being the victim. I'm not a victim. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. I'm not really one to complain. But I mean, but Swagbag, I appreciate your support on the membership. Abdullah, thank you very much for the super sticker there. I'm not sure if you meant to attach a message, but that's all good. I know we've got 1.3k done, but let me just read out this super chat from Nick Isle. Says, hi there, I've done it. -4 taken. Salah, Trent, and Jesus out. KDB, Sofal, and Kane in. I love it, my friend. Nikhil, I love it. Who do I captain? Kane, Mitrovic, or Haaland? No, I need to take a risk. If you really feel like you need to take a risk, then captain Kane. But I want to make this perfectly clear. Haaland is the sensible captain for this game week. He just is. It's so many people are going to be owning Haaland. So many people are going to be captaining Haaland. If Haaland does better than Kane, you are in big trouble. But if you want to take a risk, then Harry Kane is your friend. We've got one more super chat from Leo. Maddison costs 7.9. I only have 7.7. Is there no way of getting that up? Or of like freeing up a little bit of budget? If not, Leo, I'm going to help you out here quickly before we do the next player reveal. So apologies, guys, who are waiting desperately for the reveal. But look, the players up here are like, I mean, Zaha. Can you buy Zaha and bench him? Did you say you have him or not? I can't remember now. Bailey. Here we go. Saka is 7.8, right? Saka is 7.8. Foden is 8, isn't he? So Foden's going to be out of your reach. If you can free up a little bit of budget somehow, even if it means downgrading Sofal to, like, I don't know, a Patterson or someone, to free up that budget to afford Maddison, then I probably would do it. I'll probably do it. 1.4k. All right, come on, guys. Let's reveal a player. Yeah, Leo. I feel like you can get Maddison in, but you might have to make a sacrifice elsewhere. I feel like Maddison is the best pick, though. Okay, guys. Next player. Here they come. Can we see anything? We can see a little bit of sleeve. We can see, who is it? It's Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen. Let's go. Jared Bowen in the club, in the his A. Here he is. The next player has been revealed. Next reveal at, I don't know. How many likes are we on now? We're fucking crazy. We're on crazy likes. All right, next reveal at 1.6k. No, actually, no, 1.7k. Next reveal at 1.7k likes. Jarvis says, love you pronounce Haaland the right way. Yes, someone appreciates me for the way I say Haaland. Most people hate it. Most people absolutely hate it. Craig is giving me his team here in the super chat. Nice to see that you are here, Craig. Not heard from you in a couple of... I haven't streamed in a couple of days, to be fair. Pope Cancelo, Trips, Sofal, Martinelli, KDB, Andreas, Paqueta, Mitro, Haaland, Isak, Bench, Iverson, Zaha, James and Patterson. Thoughts / changes? I actually really like it. I like it. Like, Paqueta is the one pick that is kind of like... but it's like it's a bit of a fun risk, right? It's a fun, risky pick. So... yeah, honestly, Craig, Paqueta is not someone I would be too happy to take a punt on personally. But aside from, like, I like it. In general, I like it. I do like it. And I do think there's going to be some opportunities this game week with no Pickford in goal. Crump Dump says, nice to see your channel grow. My go-to now. Thank you so much, Crump Dump. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. It's... The support is very much appreciated. It really is. It really is. Someone said I missed it on 1.7k. Ibra18 says, bro, you missed my super chat. Don't think I did. I've got all super chats in front of me from the last 20 minutes and none of them say your name. So I don't think I did miss your super chat. I may have said it very quietly. Or maybe it's just a troll. All right, 1.7k, guys. I mean, you have to rate it. You have to rate it. Okay. Next player reveal. Okay. So, first clue. They're playing against Spurs away. Any guesses, guys? Have you got any guesses? Kennedy Aburn says, show team. You seem like the type of guy I knock out for fun. Kennedy, I'm so sorry. Please don't hurt me. Don't knock me out for fun. I know you really want to show... I know you really want to see my team, but please don't knock me out. I'm frightened. You're frightening me. Who is it? It's James Maddison. Hey. All right. Maddison, easy. Absolutely easy. A few people guessed Kulusevski. Fair enough. Dewsbury Hall, Robbie Savage. I've got to rate it. No, it's not Barnes. It's Maddison. We got Maddison. James Skinner says, painful. Watch this. I mean, look. If it's a painful watch, there's plenty of other FPL creators streaming. Maybe I'm just not the one for you. Maybe I'm not the one for you. Maybe I should go away. Maybe. Last reveal at 2.5k. Oh, that seems harsh. Grump Dump says, I am your father. I love you, son. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, like, it could be. I do know my dad occasionally watches my FPL videos. I don't know if he'll know how to use the super chat feature though. Right. Last player. People saying it's Dina. People saying the last player is Dina. Is it? Luca Dina. That's it. Reveal with 2 truth, 1 lie. All right. Last like goal. I don't actually know how many likes we're on. I can't actually see it on my screen right now. it's cut off for some reason. So let's go to my channel and actually see how many likes we're on. We're on 1,800. So okay, if we can get to, I know this ain't gonna happen, but if we get to 2,500 likes, I will reveal the last player. Some of you think it's Sofao, Diaz, Perisic. Some people say it's Dina. Some people are very convinced it's Dina. Sofao. Yeah, let's get to 2,500 likes and find out. Let's get to 2,500 likes. I don't think this is going to happen. If in 5 minutes it looks like we're not going to get 2,500, then I'll maybe adjust the like goal. I feel like everyone has already liked the stream at this point. All right, now I'll change it. We'll just do 2,000. 2,000 likes, last player. There we go. 2,000 likes. We'll do the last player. We'll see. I'm absolutely loving looking at your picks. Morgan, Mrs. FPL Mate Morgan has just texted me saying she's done her wild card and it's risky. I've asked her if she wants to come and she's gonna come and show. 2K is done. Shut up. That quick. Christ. All right. Fine. So, the final player, I mean, you were right. Yeah, I did accidentally show it. It is Southampton at home. It is Southampton at home. That was an accident. Who is it though? Morgan, come in. I'm just about to reveal something. I'm revealing my team. You can come in if you want. But I'm just revealing the final player. Okay, I'm just gonna sneak this up. Hang on. Sorry guys, I got a little bit distracted there. My dear old wife is in the room. It's Tyrone Mings. Did you see that one coming? Did you see it coming? Probably not. I should do this every week. It's pretty fun, isn't it? And I'll get likes from it. So, I mean, yeah. There you go. Tyrone Mings. So, obviously, Diego Carlos is injured. So, he can't play. Tyrone Mings is an absolutely thunderblast headed from a corner. Love to see it. I think it's going to go... it's an interesting punt. It's a risk. I'm basically... risking. He's only 4.3 million, by the way, guys. So super good, budget player. I'm counting on a goal or assist. He usually gets a couple of goals, a decent amount of assists, a decent amount of attacking returns from corners. This is why I didn't want to show my team, because now you guys are going to complain that I picked the wrong player. Let me pick my players, please, guys. Let me pick my players. This is why I didn't want to do this. Okay. Is this based on last year's stats? Mings is based on last year's stats, yeah. Okay, Mrs. FPL Mate is in the building. She would like to reveal her wildcard team. Hang on, can I? Let me just... can we get to the... Can we get us both in? You're not going to fit in. Or do you want to just... You can just...
I don't mind standing.
Really?
I can squeeze.
Can you squeeze in?
Yeah, I can stand here. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you my phone and then you can look at it.
Right, so this is also a wildcard team. This is Mrs. FPL Mate's wildcard team. You know what? I'm looking at it straight away.
I think it's okay, but I'm just anxious of the fact that I've got 2.5 in the bank.
Yeah.
But there's literally no one else I can pick that's high price with good form.
Okay. Guys, give your opinions on this team. So, the two goalkeepers are Pope and Iverson. Same as me. Exactly the same as me. So that's good. You've got Trippier and Cancelo. Again, same as me. I've got both of those players in. Nice picks. Saliba.
Saliba!
Exactly. You've got Emerson Royale. Perisic. So that's your defence. Trippier, Cancelo, Saliba, Emerson Royale and Perisic. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
You've got in midfield Martinelli. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernardo. Odegaard.
No.
Kouyaté, and Andreas. It's not bad. And then your three forwards are exactly the same as mine. So you've got Haaland, Kane, and Mitrovic. And you've done all this all on your own, to be fair.
I had when you were on live about 20 minutes ago, I saw that you put the 100 experts up.
Yeah.
So I was basically going on that because I have no idea who's playing and not. And then I put Reece James and someone else in, and then realised those had been cancelled.
Yeah.
So I had to go online and look at the fixtures.
It doesn't matter because you can just bench some of your players who don't have fixtures this week and play some other players instead.
So yeah, that's my problem. I don't know who to bench now.
I would probably remove Bernardo or Bernardo. You got Bernardo, Erdegaard, and Kouyaté. Those three midfielders are the ones that probably going to cause you the biggest problems. So I would take out probably 2 out of 3 of those and replace them with some different midfielders. Has anyone got any midfield? Actually, we can provide some midfield recommendations of our own here, can't we, guys? Like that is what we are here for. So there you go. I'll give you that phone back.
Thank you.
So on screen is can you see that? We've got all of the most popular midfielders on Wildcard among experts. So Martinelli, who you've got, Andreas, who you've got, and then after that we've got players like Maddison, De Bruyne, Bowen, Zaha, Bailey, Rashford. So those are the kind of players you want to be picking from. So
I tried to put De Bruyne in, but I couldn't find. Well, I've already got 3 Man City players.
All right.
So
it's probably going to be a little bit too expensive for you anyway.
And I think I did put Bowen in, but I ended up with something like 8 in the bank. And I was like, that's ridiculous.
Right, yeah, that's a lot of money. I would swap out Bernardo. I mean, you could keep Bernardo, I guess. Erdegaard, I would take out.
Yeah.
Can you take out Erdegaard and maybe Kouyaté as well?
Yeah.
And can you afford...
I think those were the actual 2 that I was struggling to sort
Can you afford any of these? So Maddison, maybe not De Bruyne. Just the ones I've highlighted there. Maddison, Bowen, Zaha and Bailey.
What team does Maddison play for?
Leicester.
Ooh, let's have a look. Leicester.
There he is at the top.
Okay. Yeah.
Then how much you got left in the bank?
5.6.
All right. Leon Bailey.
Who's that team?
Aston Villa.
Right.
There we go. This is FPL Mate advice. doing work. And you still keep Bernardo, who is a differential, but
yeah,
look,
it's
we'll
different, isn't it?
It's different. It's a bit of fun, right?
Yeah. Cool.
But basically, now your team is actually genuinely quite good. So yeah, just pick the players you actually want to start this week, and go from there. Make sure you're playing Kane.
Okay.
Make sure you're playing Kane.
Who would Perisic?
Who?
Perisic. And Andreas are currently on the bench.
We'll definitely play Kane.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm neglecting the chat. Like they're here to. I'm just absolutely, absolutely, kind of ignoring the poor chat. I feel like it looks like the content is appreciated. No, play Kane.
Yeah.
I'll kind of let you choose who you bench.
Okay, Kane for Bernardo.
Fine.
Yeah. And then...
I would probably pay Perisic as well.
And then who? Maddison for Perisic?
Chat's fine by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure I haven't missed any super chats because that is the worst thing that could possibly happen.
No, that's fine. I can leave you guys to it now. I'm going to captain Holland. I don't know.
Depends where you're from. Simon with the super chat says, gamble on Samax man playing or Saka/Maddison.
Well, I saw St Maximan, but he's got a 50% chance of playing because he's got a hamstring injury.
Why are you answering the super chats?
Wow.
That super chat is not for you, it's for me. I mean, all right, fine. No, you take away. No, chat, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm taking the evening off. Mrs. FPL Mate, please take over the channel. This is yours now. Or just drink this and you'll be looking the part. Just drink that and say Captain Kane. And then...
Captain Kane.
There you go. That's the perfect FPL Mate impression.
Right, I will leave you because you've got 10 minutes before the deadline and I feel like you've neglected your people.
My people.
Okay, thank you. And it's my own fault for not sorting my team out. But forgive me, I had work. Right, bye.
See you later, Morgan. I'll be done in like a bit.
Oh, I don't mind.
Cool.
Bye.
I'll get some food. See ya. Hello. Hello. I'm back. Simon, gamble on some Max Man playing or Saka? I wouldn't take the gamble. I would go for Saka or Maddison personally. But there we go. There we go. There's some Mrs. FPL Mate content. We've not had any Mrs. FPL Mate content in a while, have we? I am after when the international break is going on, we'll get back to Mrs. FPL Mate business. We'll get some more Mrs. FPL Mate videos. I'll try and upload at least one video with Morgan over the international break. W1. Abdullah says go for Mitrovic for a -4, probably, depending on who you're taking out. If you're taking out like Cameron Archer, then yeah, I'll probably take that -4 to get Mitrovic. Yeah. Do you recommend Mings? No, I don't. I don't recommend any player in my team. You're not going to bait me into saying that I recommend Mings. He's my punt. He's my punt. Let's see. What's her overall team ranking? I think she's ranked like it's not great. It's something like 5 millionth in the world, or I mean, yeah. The only game weeks that she's had that have been good are the ones where everyone else had a really bad game week. Like she's kind of working on like opposite time essentially. She did buy Haaland before me though, so maybe there's something to be said about that. I can't believe people are still saying show team. Like, I'm still getting the regular show team comment, even with my team literally on screen. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Do you recommend Sterling? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like... You could go for him. Obviously, you're going to have to bench him. You could go for him. He's not someone I'd really be passionate about getting, but I don't hate him. I think in general, he's a good pick. Do you need him right this second? I don't know. He's a maybe pick for me. Like, certainly a nice little player to go for. But far from essential, BL9 says, rate my wildcard. Okay, BL9, I will do my best. Pope, Iverson, James, Nico Williams, Cancelo, Trippier, Sofal, Martinelli, Bailey, KDB, Andreas, Ward-Prowse, Mitrovic, Kane and Haaland. The only player I don't really like in that team is probably going to be Ward-Prowse, but I can see that you've got KDB, Kane and Haaland, so that is going to be limiting you on budget a little bit. So is there any other players you can go for instead of Ward-Prowse at a similar kind of price range? Let's have a little look there, because I'm not really convinced by Ward-Prowse, if I'm totally honest. So I don't actually know what Ward-Prowse's price is. So in terms of the most highest predicted points players, we've got Martinelli, Soucek, Decadova, Reed, Fornals, Gray, Willock, Gibbs-White. I mean, Gibbs-White or Paqueta. If you could go for Gibbs-White or Paqueta instead of Ward-Prowse, that's probably the only changes I would make to that. Other than that, you're pretty much good to go. It looks good for a premium team. It's good. So, and it will leave you a little bit of money in the bank where you can kind of be a little bit flexible. So there we go. Another super chat from Nicola says, "Hi Dan, here to wish you luck this game week." Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much, Nicola. I appreciate it. I need it. I need it. I need it. What? There's still show team message. Why? What do you want me to do? I've shown my team. What more do you want from me? I can't. There's nothing more I can do. The show team gang are so. I've already shown. It's on your screen. I don't know what to do. Show another team. Do you want to see a different team? Is this not the team you wanted to see? Shall I give you another? Show Gameweek 9 team? I feel like, you know, there's some people who like I imagine there's some kind of creature or sprightly figure, some kind of almost sentient being that is only capable of sitting at a keyboard and typing in show team. They're trying desperately to communicate something, but they're speaking in the language of show team. So whenever they talk, they want to say, oh, hi Dan, really, really loving the content. You're doing a great job, man. Keep it up. But it's just, they're trying to type that out, but it's just coming out, show team. Show team, enter. I can't help it. I have to, even if I see the team. I have to say show team. It's an impulse. It's an impulsive need. Oh. Maybe I'll show a different team. Show Game Week 14 team. Game Week 19. There we go. Right. You guys are trolling. Yeah, I know you guys are trolling. I enjoy it though. We have banter. We want the team. Show the team. Nick Krause says, love the colour of the wall behind you. Is that light or paint? What does it actually... Oh, it's kind of... So there's a, like, you can see there, there's one light strip attached there. There's another, like, a light column light thing there. Please don't take this out of context. And then that's the kind of... What you can see at the top there, the grey colour, is the actual colour of the wall. But the purple bit... This purple bit is the light. Oh, I'll make myself laugh. Okay, any final tips, guys? We've got 4 minutes till deadline. Is there any final questions? Is there any final questions that you wanna ask? I mean, by the way, guys, whether you're on whether you're on Wildcards or not, make sure you are kind of double checking your team. I'm double checking my team right now. I like to double check my team on the mobile. Don't ask me why, but I like to make sure it's good on both. It's always good to double check just to make sure. Like sometimes you accidentally, like I've done it before. I've accidentally had the wrong goalkeeper. In fact, one time the chat actually noticed, Dan, are you sure your goalkeepers are the right way round? And I was like, oh man, yeah, damn, I need to change that. So yeah, just make sure your team's looking fresh and very nice. My team is looking exactly what it looks like on screen. We are gonna send it with the Kane captain. It's gonna be fun. No so far. I'm just not gonna play him enough to justify. I don't know if I'm completely convinced by West Ham. I think they're a decent defence, but they do require good fixtures. It's difficult. Mings I like because in the game weeks that I kind of worked out when I would be playing Mings and when he'd be on the bench, and it just worked out that for the game weeks I'd be playing him, he had good fixtures, including this game week against Southampton at home. And I also kind of, he's one of those players who can pop up with a random header. And you know that phrase, you make your own luck. I do believe that's a real thing within FPL. And sometimes you have to pick the players to make yourself lucky. Mings is one of those players. If I get a return from Mings this week, it will be lucky. But I put myself in that position to be lucky, you know. He's kind of a long term. He's only 4.3 million, so it's like it's fine. He'll last until the World Cup and then he'll go. Mad says 1 week punt: Bailey, Gordon, Gray, or Almiron. Also Mitro or Haaland captain. I'll definitely be captain Haaland out of Mitrovic and Haaland. Haaland is just a safer captain pick. Bailey, Gordon, Gray, or Almiron. I probably would say for a 1 week punt, I would seriously consider Almiron. It's for me. It will be between Bailey and Almiron. I'm kind of, in a way, I'm leaning towards Bailey. But also Almiron is good. I'm leaning towards Bailey for a 1 week punt there for you, Mads. Another super chat from Base Robin. Rate my wildcard. We are very close to the deadline, so hopefully I can say this in time. But Pope, Trivia, Cancelo, Perisic, Bowen, Almiron, Martinelli, Andreas, Haaland, Kane, Mitrovic, Wood, Emerson, Madison, James. I like it. Looks good. Yeah, I'd like it. Yeah, it's nice. You've done a good job. You're sorted. You're done. Almost at the deadline now, guys. We're so close. Just make sure, guys, double check, triple check. Right players on the pitch. Right captain selected. You got this. You got this. Can I comment about Isaac? He's a good pick. Very good pick. Will Bailey start? I think he should. I think he should. Almiron. Let me just check my team compared to double, triple check. Team is definitely correct on my phone. Oh. Wait. The team on screen isn't my actual team. It's the wrong screen. I've put the wrong screenshot on. I've put the wrong. This isn't. Oh, I'm joking. And the Oscar goes to Dan. Oh, and the Oscar goes for Dan. Oh, yeah, another classic FPL Mate prank. Yes, this is actually my real team. This is my. You got it. You got it. Hayden says, "Stop reusing the same joke. We don't care anymore." When the laughing emojis come in the chat, that's all I'm. Look, I'm still chasing these acting jobs, and I know there's probably a few acting scouts out right there. So I need to give these Oscar-winning performances, so I get signed up. I want to get signed up. Well, you don't believe that's my real team? Do you believe it's my real team? I mean, it is. I mean, the thing is, though, this is the thing. I always wonder, like, if there's any FPL creators that just lie about their team and just like pick the best player. Like when they do their team reviews from the previous week, like maybe there's some people who just pick the best players, so it looks like they're picking the best players every week. I don't know. It's possible. James Skinner says, "Cannot believe you put Tyrone Mings in." I'm gonna be honest. I know. Craig says it can't be real. Mings is there. I mean, you could be right. Was hoping it wasn't your actual team. Do you not like this one? I mean, to be fair, it's this. I was kind of very clear. Like, this is not the team I would recommend. It's not this kind of team I recommend. It's just a team. It's a team that I think is pretty good. But what? Stefan says, "Why aren't you showing your team?" I am. We've got we've got half an hour until team reveals, guys, on the actual Premier League team reveals. So we'll obviously show. We'll go to 7. We'll go to 7. Samuel says, "Very risky pick. Good luck, Dan." Yeah, it's a bit of fun, right? Jandre says, "Murphy's Law. Mings scores a header when you bench him. It could happen." Mateo says, "If this isn't your team, I'm not watching you again." Oh. All right. Fine. If you really, please watch me. If I show you my real team, will you watch me again? If I show you my real team, that is actually my real life team, then will you forgive me? Please? Or not? I don't. Okay, fine. I'll show you my real team. And here is my real team. There we go. It was there all along. Oh, this is why. This is this is why FPL Mate is like no other FPL channel. Oh, dearie me. God. I like a sing song. I like a karaoke. It's good fun. It's good fun. Ryan said I tuned in at the wrong time or the right time. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I feel like the Let's Talk FPL joiners, when Let's Talk FPL ends his stream, people hop over to the FPL Mate channel and they don't really know what they're going to get. Of course, says, what other FPL channels give you dancing and Rick rolls and singing? Oh, okay, now really. All right, okay. You want me to show you my real team? You want me to show you my real team? Oh. I don't know. I don't think I've got not really got any more jokes prepared. This is my real team. Like, I have memes. I don't have teams. Anev says I've subscribed. Anev says I've subscribed just because of that stunt. Well done, had been stitched. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. You know what? I just honestly, I feel like my videos are pretty boring compared to my streams. I need to start streaming more. I need to start streaming on Twitch. Andy was doing the Macarena. Wow, that's pretty impressive. I think play the Liquidator. Oh no. No, because like the more music I put in this, the more I'm gonna have to go back and edit after to make sure I don't get copyright striked. I'm gonna have to, I mean, to be fair, no one really rewatches Deadline streams anyway, so that's fine. So yeah, I'll just go back and remove that music in the copyright. But if I keep putting copyright songs in, then I have to keep editing them out. It will take ages, not worth it. Unless I just unlist the entire stream, which I could do. Chino says, will you do a watch along this week, Dan? I wasn't planning on it. I could do. Do a karaoke stream. That's just copyright. That's just a copyright disaster. Ryan says you streaming FIFA on Wednesday. Is it? It's not this Wednesday, is it? Wait, FIFA doesn't come out till next week, right? FIFA 23 release date. It's next Tuesday, right? Not this Tuesday, the one after. So 11 days. No. Initial release. Let's see. When does it actually release? EA Access trial and the Pro Edition is 27th of September. But depending on your time zone, you can maybe get it on the 26th. So that's the 20. What date is the 26th? Is that a Monday? So it'll be a week on Monday. I will stream. In fact, I may as well get you guys to subscribe to my Twitch channel now, because I will be using it at some point when the new FIFA comes out. There we go. Here we go. FPL _mate. There is a link in the web app is in 5 days. All right, okay, yeah. Well, you know what? We could do some web app content as well on Twitch. I won't do it on here because I want to make sure I keep the FPL stuff and the other game stuff very, very separate. But yeah, maybe we'll do some web app stuff on was it the 20th? Did you say 20th is web app? I did have it written down, but I've forgotten. Web app is on the 21st. Okay. 69 followers, nice. Nice. Can I, hang on, let me just spam this link in the chat and then you guys can join if you want. Jake says, why have you captained Pope? Yeah. Yeah, right. You're not getting me there. Keep up the good Oscar winning performances. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Web app 21st, companion app 22nd. All right, so yeah, so 21st we'll do some content on Twitch to start off. I've never streamed on Twitch before, so it could be kind of interesting. P Lemonade says, are you watching any games today? I'll watch them, but I'm not going to do any live streams, I don't think. Paqueta or Andreas to start, or both. You're a bit late, Carlos, my friend. We're a little bit late. Noah says, hips don't lie, Dan. That's right. Ahmed says, you did captain Pope. I mean, even if I did, I mean, there's worse captains, to be fair. Jack Taylor says, I rate the Mings pick. I'm glad someone rates it. There seems to be a lot of doubt. A lot of doubt about it. We'll see. We'll see how pace. Look, if Mings somehow gets a goal this game week or something, then I'm gonna look like a genius. I won't be a genius. I'll just be very lucky, but I'll look like a genius, and that's what it's all about. You got to do that dance again. We'll do some like when we're on. We'll do more fun stuff on Twitch. I think we'll do some more fun stuff on Twitch. I'm not doing any more dances today. I think people have had enough of me. I think people have had enough of my hyperactivity. Dylan says, hi Dan, I'm one of the bots you paid for likes. I've become sentient. Well, thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. Thank you for liking. Let's see. Did anyone else follow my... Yes, a few people did follow my Twitch. Yay. I'm Twitch famous. I'm Twitch famous. Let's put my team back on screen. We'll look for some news as well. Janania says Ben Krellin picked, but benched Mings. That's interesting. Cormac says Pope is no joke, genuinely a better captaincy option than every single midfielder under 11 million. Like, you know what? I keep saying this. I don't really rate any midfielder for this game week. But I don't really rate many defenders either. But there we go. It is what it is. Unmesh says, I've done something mad. Captain Mitrovic had a dream betting on it. That's all I'll say. Mad, I know. You know, I kind of like it. The Mitrovic captaincy, I have no problem with whatsoever. I have no problem. Chocolate Square says, we have 2k likes. Can we see your team now, please, Dan? Yeah. No. Blue Malicious says, are you just FPL_mate? When I search that on Twitch, on the Twitch app, I don't come up. What? What happens if I search this? I think it's because I have never streamed before. I think it probably... Oh, yeah, it doesn't work. All right, that's annoying. Yeah, you have to use the link then. I'll put the link in the video description anyway. So, yeah, try using the link in the description. No Samax, man. No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be available, to be honest. I mean, he might. Lisa says, when are you showing your team, Dan? This can run. This joke can run. Charlie Taylor says 3k real team. Okay, if this video hits 3,000 likes, I'll show you my real team. But everyone's left now. The fun is over. We haven't even got 3,000 people in the stream anymore. We're on a paltry 1,800. Pathetic. I'm joking. I'm joking, by the way. Like that's like absolutely mad. It's quite crazy. Donat says, thanks for answering my super chat, Dan. I went with KDB target Sessignon -4. Ignore the show team, gang. Loyal subscribers appreciate quality content. Well, thank you very much, Donat, and good luck this game week. I'm sure you're going to do really, really well. Josh says, waiting for the damn site to update so I can pull the Game Week 9 wildcard. I mean, yeah, it's almost like, for those of you wildcarding in Game Week 9, you got like a two-week period of tinkering, right? JJ says, Dan, please answer my question. -16 this game week and wildcard game week 9. Was it a good move? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. I would not. I probably wouldn't do that personally. I'll say that. You know, minus 16 for a 1 week punt. It's a lot. Probably should have just wildcarded. Sean says, "Show your team. Do it for the Vine. Do it for the Vine." I remember Vine. I remember Vine. Do another Rick roll. I've got nothing. I got nothing for you. Nick says, came in late. Why are people buying Gordon? And there was a lot of Gordon hype today, wasn't there? A lot of Gordon hype. But I'm not feeling it personally. But look, if people want to go for Gordon, then why not? It's not for me. It's not for me. Wayne Torpo says, can I have a shout out, please? I don't know why you'd want a shout out from me, but shout out Wayne Torpo. You're the real G. You're the real G. Elliot Manduna says, Kane, Captain Gang, Lego. It is time for the Kane Captain Gang to rise. We will rise. We will rise today on this merry day. Actually, no, we'll rise tomorrow technically, but we'll be rising. Orion says, wait, what if that's actually his team? It is. It is actually my team. It is. It's my team. Like, why does no one believe me? I've spent so much time trolling. And I'm the boy who cried to team. That's what I am. The boy who cried team. Alright, okay. Let's. Someone suggested to do a poll. Let's do a captaincy poll. We'll just do a quick one. Who is your game week? Who should I put in the poll? Right. Who are the top captain picks? I guess Kane. Well, obviously Haaland, and then Kane, and then one more. Is there any other? Is there any other captains that a lot of people are going for this week? Let me know in the chat, and that's so I know which options to put in as for the captain poll. Other than Haaland and Kane. Mitrovic. A couple of people saying Mitrovic. Like, did actually that many people actually captain Mitrovic though? Mings, can you imagine? Alright, Mitrovic seems to be the third most popular captain, although I can't see that going over 1%. Some people saying KDB, but yeah, it's Mitra, it's Mitra. Alright, polls going in. We're already being because we're 30 seconds behind, aren't we? I've seen a lot of things on Andreas being benched, by the way. I don't know how true that was, unless it was a troll by someone. Car789 says, "Oh my god, Dan, you nailed that dance." I got moves. I don't have moves. I do not have moves. But I mean, look, it's fun to have a dance. Chandra says, "Dan, is Mings a short-term or long-term pick?" I mean, he's a bench player, really. He's kind of substituting there for Reece James. Reece James is going to be the boy, and then we'll play Mings very occasionally, Patterson very occasionally. These kind of be the kind of cover, the backup players alongside Andreas as well. So yeah, don't expect Mings in my starting 11 very often, but he's a little punt for this game week. Nathan says, "You definitely didn't captain Mings, mate." How do you know? How do you know? Isaac says, "I look like Andrew Tate." Well, Andrew Tate with hair. Oh, I don't know what to think about that. See Lal New Fella says, "Will free hit come again?" You get one free hit a season, my friend. Harry Kane hat-trick versus Arsenal. I hope not. I hope not. Sean says, "Who is your all-time favourite FPL asset, including over the past seasons?" I really liked Jared Bowen. Not just last year, the season before as well. Michail Antonio is up there. There's two West Ham players. I was going to say Vladimir Sofal as well. I liked him for a while. Maddison, when you own him at the right moment, can be fun. Andrew Mate, very good. Very good. Z. Oh, no, wait. Haresh. Z is telling me he's Captain Isaac. Nice. FPL Tate. Oh, dear. Ray Perry says, any show teamers around? I was an undercover show teamer, to be fair, but for curious reasons. Love the risk with stranger mix. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad it was for curious reasons. Because if you're actually copying this team, then be prepared to take many L's. Ben Kelly says, I went with you on Madison last season and he went huge. Yeah, like, this is what you always have to, like, recognise with Madders, is that you have to own him at the right moment. Christ, I'm going to end the poll here. This is why you shouldn't follow what I'm doing with my team. 26% of people in the poll, 500 votes. There's 26% Captain Kane. That should not be that high. It should be Haaland 80%, maybe like 15% of you going for Kane. There's no way that many of you should be going for Kane. That's too much. And 8% on Mitrovic, 6%. Why is so many people going for people other than Haaland? This is crazy. Haaland should be captained by at least 75, 80% of people this week. And the fact that they're not scares me. Scares me a lot. KAA says, are you going to get back Salah anytime soon? Possibly game week 12 or 13. Dan Cross says, I would captain Kane if I owned him. Really? Really? Otto Clark says, Dan, what are the odds you'll do another show team poll again? I don't know. Like, it only really works on a wild card. Otherwise, I'm just like revealing one player. It's pretty boring. Rob Brennan says Kane is 100% the better captain this week. I wouldn't say 100. Okay, right. This is my thinking. I genuinely believe in my heart of hearts that Kane is the better captain than Haaland this week. If we're looking at purely from a points perspective, if I knew that the amount of people who owned and captained Kane were exactly the same as the amount of people who owned and captained Haaland, I would be picking Kane as my captain every single time. Now, the problem is, even though Kane is probably the better captain, it has definitely got the better fixture, has got, more chances of more minutes. He's got, he's got penalties, he's got this, that, and the other. And we know that Haaland is against Wolves. He's probably only going to play 65, 70 minutes. To be fair, probably play 70, 75, maybe even 80 minutes. He's playing against Wolves away. It's a team that are pretty reasonably solid defensively, don't really concede more than one goal in a game. And it's a team as well that Man City have consistently struggled against. Now, Haaland is obviously a fantastic player, which does offset that. It does massively offset that. But I still do believe that Kane's the slightly better captain option. Now, the problem is, can Haaland outscore Kane this game week? Yes. Yes, a million times yes. Of course he can. And there's a very good chance of that happening as well. But if that does, and you haven't captained Haaland, you're going down. Because everyone owns Haaland now. And 80, 90% of people will be captaining Haaland as well. More than in this chat. In this chat, only like 55% of you captaining Haaland in the chat today. Overall, it's higher. It's much higher. And you are playing against every single one of those people. If Haaland outscores Kane and you captain Kane, you're in trouble. I'm in trouble. We're in trouble. We're all in trouble. Everyone's in trouble. On the double, we're in trouble. So basically, it's about risk, really. Are you happy to take a risk? Are you happy with your rank? If you're happy with your rank, you probably don't feel the need to take a risk. If you're not happy with your rank, you want to push to the next level. Maybe Kane is your boy. Maybe. I mean, Kane's record against Leicester is like crazy. Absolutely crazy. Should we have a look at it? I need some propaganda. I need some Harry Kane propaganda in my life. Let's get some Harry Kane propaganda. Let's hide my team for a second. If that's okay, guys. Can I hide my team for a second? Right, Harry Kane. Where do we go? It's career, then opponents, then Oh no. No. Versus. No, that's the wrong one. No, wait. Maybe I'm on the wrong thing. How do I find it where like stats against a certain team? Oh, here we go. Record against. Sort by goals. Look at that. Look at that. In 18 games against Leicester, Harry Kane has 19 goals and 4 assists. There's no team he has a better record against. He's quite extraordinary. Like I think I said it in some other videos as well. He's got a really good record against Arsenal. You know, he plays Everton. You know what? Like, let me just double check this. I think he plays all 3 of his favourite opponents in the next 4 game weeks. Yeah, he does. Leicester, Arsenal, Brighton, Everton in the next 4. 3 of those are his favourite opponents. I don't know, guys. I'm not saying anything. I'm not. If I speak, but there we go. There's some Harry Kane propaganda for you. Let's see if we've got anything in terms of team news. We've got anything early. Any early team news? There's some price changes tonight by the looks of things, according to Zoffar. Trippier, De Bruyne, Isaac, Gordon. Gordon going up in price. It's quite crazy. I did not expect that. I can't really see any team news here, so it might just be worth waiting. Alright, we'll just wait. We'll find the Fantasy Premier League page and we'll just wait. So you're saying sell Haaland, Dan? I'm definitely not saying sell Haaland. 8 goals in 12 against Brighton. It's not bad, is it? That's not a bad record, Tero. Pretty decent, to be fair. Rob Brenner says, plus Leicester, and right now is the worst they have been in years. Exactly. Like, this is why I feel like this Kane versus Leicester, it just feels good to me. And I don't think many people will be brave enough to do it. I'm trying to beat the system, but that's my play style on FPL, I think. Try and beat the system. Try and be clever. Sometimes it doesn't work, admittedly, but let's see. Let's see. The Heroic Dosis says, hey Dan, you probably mentioned it, but why no KDB? I just prefer Kane. I just prefer Kane to KDB. It's pretty much as simple as that. And I'm going to captain Kane this week. I would not be captaining KDB at all. If you've got KDB and Haaland in your team, you're never going to captain KDB, are you? You're just going to captain Kane every single game. Jack Bower says, doing any watch-alongs this weekend? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, is there any games that are like really, really interesting this week? If I go on fixtures, is it going to say game updating? Yeah. All right, so not going to let me on to have a look at the fixtures. I mean, I could just use a different website. Let's just, I'm just looking at my phone to see if there's any games that might be worth a watch along. So, not going to do any tonight because I mean, I've already been streaming for over 2 hours. So I'm not gonna go on for much longer. I need to get a drink. I've only had like a little bit of drink. This is bad. I need to drink the blackcurrant squash. I wonder if it might be worth watching Harry Kane versus Leicester for a watch along. But the thing is, last watch along was a bit of a disaster. I don't think it really worked that well. But I mean, it could work. Right, I'll say maybe we'll do a watch along for Spurs versus Leicester tomorrow. That could be kind of interesting. Bournemouth player incoming game week thoughts. I don't know if I'll go for Bournemouth players. Unless have they got a phenomenal fixture or something? Oh, it's broken. I've broken it. I thought I could switch teams and have a look, but it's not letting me. Can't remember who Bournemouth play next week. in general, probably not. Like Bournemouth are pretty weak. Jack says, get a Kane at Tottenham kit. I don't have a Tottenham kit. I don't own a Spurs kit. Solanke is the only one. Yeah, but I guess Solanke is the one you can. The problem with Solanke is he's a forward. Who you get? You've got to sacrifice. This is the problem with the forward position. It's gone the complete opposite way from last season. I think we've got team news, by the way, guys. Yeah. Who are you going to drop for Solanke? You're going to drop Haaland? No. You're going to drop Mitrovic? No. You can kind of drop some other players like, I don't know, Kane, Tony, Jesus, Isaac. Hard. It's tough. All right. So this is the Southampton lineup. I don't know if any of you guys have Southampton players. Probably not too many of you with Southampton players, but there you go. Here we have the legend himself, Mings, Tyrone Mings. The legend himself. Is anyone on the bench that's noteworthy? Ings, Buendia, Douglas Luiz. Yeah, pretty standard lineup from Aston Villa in general. You got Bailey. If you're a Bailey owner, congrats. We knew Cash was injured, didn't we? Okay, the Fulham team. All right, okay. So the rumours about Andreas being on the bench were just absolutely not true. So Andreas is 100% playing. So yeah, Andreas the GOAT is gonna save us all. Come on, Andreas the GOAT. And finally, we have. This is pretty standard, I think. I hate it when the team is not in the right order. Like, why is Renan Lodi at the bottom? Just because of his squad number. But Nico Williams is playing. For those of you guys who own Nico Williams, enjoy your 2-pointer today. Gibbs White, Johnson. Don't know if any of you guys own those players. There you go. Lingard on the bench. Oh, the Andreas rumour was literally Boona. This is why I've got him muted now. It's just no point. No point. I had a feeling it might be, to be fair. Okay, there you go. There's your team news. Nothing really too interesting, to be honest. The big news is that Tyrone Mings is getting a goal and a clean sheet this game week. I heard, anyway. I don't know if the rumours are true, but the rumours are saying that Mings is scoring from a header, from a corner, and Aston Villa are also keeping a clean sheet. But look, we'll see it. Guy Green says, if Mings scores a hat-trick, will you shave your head, Dan? Yes, I will. I'm that confident that's not going to happen. Yes, if Mings gets a hat-trick, I'll shave my head. Oh dear, Mings emoji incoming. If Mings scores, then we'll make a Mings emoji. Oh dearie me. But I think we'll leave it there, guys. I think we'll leave it there. We've had a long old stream. We've had a good stream as well, you know. I've like sometimes you just get a stream where it's just like, I enjoyed that one. That was a fun stream, and we got loads of likes on it. I've managed to farm likes with the team reveal things. I may be cheating a little bit on farming likes, but I mean, we'll take it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining today. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in this stream. I'm definitely going to try and do more streams, probably on Twitch, because, you know, I'm just enjoying them a lot at the moment. I hope that some of you guys are as well. So, if you haven't, I know you have done already, but if you haven't done already, please do leave a like before you disappear. Please do subscribe if you are new around here. I'm sure you already have, though, if you stayed this long into the stream. Good luck this game week. I'll be over on Twitter, obviously, all game week, reacting to the stuff live, making a couple of jokes and stuff like that. We need a new sub. We need a new sub aim. Yeah, I'll make a new sub aim. I'll do that this weekend. Down the hatch for the last bit of orange, the blackcurrant squash. Cheers, guys. Take care. Good luck this game week. See you on Twitter, and see you later, mates. Bye-bye.